Hi, I'm Trenton. After 26 years of marriage to Monica, I thought I knew every expression on her face. That's why when our daughter Vanessa dropped by with her fiancé James to discuss wedding plans, I caught something I'd never seen before, panic flickering across Monica's features when Vanessa mentioned the guest list. Dad, I added all your college buddies you mentioned, Vanessa said, scrolling through her tablet. Even tracked down Kevin Mitchell through Facebook. Remember him? Mom's friend from the hospital fundraising committee? Monica's coffee cup froze halfway to her lips. Kevin? You invited Kevin? Yeah, you guys seemed close at the Christmas charity event, Vanessa replied, not looking up. He was nice, said he'd helped you organize some weekend planning sessions. That's thoughtful, sweetie, but Kevin and I aren't really that close, Monica said, her voice higher than normal. Just committee acquaintances, James leaned forward. Actually, he already RSVP'd, yes, seemed really excited about it. He did? Monica's voice cracked slightly. I should call him, maybe clear up the confusion. I watched her carefully. Funny, you never mentioned these weekend planning sessions. Just boring fundraiser stuff, Monica replied, standing abruptly. Who wants more coffee? I'm good, James said, glancing between us. But actually, Monica, Kevin mentioned something about a cabin trip you guys took with the committee. Said the sunrise over the lake was incredible. Monica's hand trembled slightly as she poured herself more coffee. That was just a quick overnight strategy retreat. Whole committee was there. Strange, I said, keeping my tone casual. I thought that weekend you were at the medical conference in Chicago. Both, actually, she stammered. Conference ended early, so I joined them at the lake. Didn't think it was worth mentioning. Vanessa, oblivious to the tension, continued scrolling. Well, I'm glad we invited him. He's bringing a +1, too. A +1? Monica's voice rose again. Did he say who? No, just check the box on the RSVP, James replied. Problem? No problem, Monica said too quickly. Just curious. After they left, Diana, my oldest friend who'd stopped by to drop off wedding decorations, settled into the armchair across from me. Something's off with Monica, I said, rubbing my forehead. She nearly jumped out of her skin at Kevin's name. Diana hesitated. You've never noticed anything before? Like what? I asked. The late nights, the new clothes, the weekends away for hospital functions with no photos or programs? My stomach dropped. I'm not suggesting anything, Diana said carefully. But if I were you, I'd look at the phone bill. Come on, Diana, I said, but without conviction. We've been married 26 years. And how many of those hospital fundraisers have you attended with her in the last year? Diana asked gently. I frowned. None. She always says they're boring shop talk. When was the last time she invited you to one, even just for appearance's sake? I struggled to remember. Last Christmas, I guess. The one where I met Kevin briefly. The one where she barely spoke to you all night? Diana pressed. Where you told me later she seemed distracted? You noticed that? Diana leaned forward. Trent, everyone noticed. She kept checking her phone and disappearing for committee emergencies. That's just Monica being Monica, I argued weakly. She's always been dedicated to her work. All I'm saying is check the phone records, Diana said, standing to leave, for your own peace of mind. That night, while Monica was in the shower, I checked her phone. There they were. Hundreds of texts to Kevin, going back months. Miss you already. Can't wait for Saturday. Told T I'm at another committee meeting. The bathroom door opened. Monica walked out in her robe, stopped dead when she saw her phone in my hand. Trenton, I can explain. Weekend planning sessions, huh? I said, my voice eerily calm despite the roaring in my ears. It's not what you think, she stammered. Really? Because I think our daughter just invited your lover to her wedding. How long? I asked the next morning across the kitchen table, where Monica sat with reddened eyes. Trenton, please. How long? Monica stared at her untouched coffee. 8 months. 8 months, I repeated. Nearly our entire anniversary year. It just happened, she whispered. The committee work led to drinks, then, spare me the details, I cut in. Does Vanessa know? God, no. Monica looked horrified. Nobody knows. Diana suspected. Diana's always been jealous of our marriage, Monica shot back. I laughed harshly. Our marriage, that's rich. You've been so distant, Monica said defensively, always working, barely noticing me. So this is my fault? I stood abruptly, chair scraping against the floor. I was working to pay for our daughter's education, to save for the retirement we planned together. I'm not saying it's your fault, Monica backpedaled. I'm just trying to explain. Explain what? How you managed to lie to my face for 8 months? How you let our daughter invite your affair partner to her wedding? The doorbell rang. Diana stood on the porch, concern etched on her face when she saw mine. You found something, she said simply. 8 months with Kevin Mitchell, I replied, letting her in. Monica stood in the hallway. Why are you involving her? This is between us. No, you involved my daughter when your boyfriend RSVP'd to her wedding, I snapped. Diana stepped between us. Monica, maybe you should go somewhere for a few hours. After Monica left, Diana and I sat at the kitchen table. Have you spoken with Marcus? Diana asked. Monica always tells her brother everything. You think he knows? Diana shrugged. Worth asking. He's coming to help with wedding setup tomorrow, right? You think I should just carry on with wedding preparations? I asked incredulously. Like nothing's happened? What's the alternative? Diana countered. Call off Vanessa's wedding? She's been planning this for a year. I buried my face in my hands. How am I supposed to stand there, give her away, pretend everything's fine? One step at a time, Diana said gently. First, talk to Marcus. See what he knows. Then decide what to tell Vanessa. The next day, Marcus arrived carrying boxes of decorations. I cornered him in the garage. Did you know about Monica and Kevin? I asked bluntly. Marcus froze. She told you? So you did know. My fists clenched involuntarily. Look, man, I told her to end it, Marcus said quickly. But she said they had a connection. A connection, I repeated flatly. While I worked 60-hour weeks putting Vanessa through college and paying for this wedding? Monica's confused, Trent. She's not thinking clearly. Stop defending her! I slammed my hand on the workbench, sending tools clattering. Did you ever think about what this would do to Vanessa? Marcus paled. What do you mean? Her mother's lover is attending her wedding. How do you think she'll feel when she finds out? You can't tell her before the wedding, Marcus argued. It would crush her. So what's your solution? I pretend everything's fine while this guy sits in the church watching my daughter marry the love of her life, knowing he's destroying mine? You need to think about Vanessa now, Marcus insisted, not your pride. My pride? I stepped closer. This isn't about pride. It's about honesty. It's about not starting my daughter's marriage with a foundation of lies, the same lies that are destroying mine. Monica made a mistake, Marcus said, lowering his voice. A terrible one, but she still loves you. Did she say that while she was sleeping with Kevin? I asked bitterly. Did she mention her love for me in those weekend planning sessions? She's ending it with him, Marcus said. She told me yesterday. She wants to make things right. Too late, I replied. 26 years, Marcus, 26 years down the drain. Diana appeared in the doorway. I hate to interrupt, but Vanessa just called. She and James are coming over to finalize seating arrangements. I looked at Marcus. I'm not lying to my daughter. Vanessa and James arrived an hour later, carrying floor plans for the reception hall. Monica had returned, her face a careful mask. So, Dad, Vanessa began cheerfully, we're seating you and Mom at table 1 with James's parents, and we need to talk, I interrupted. All of us. Monica shot me a panicked look. Trenton, not now. Yes, now. I turned to Vanessa. Honey, there's something you need to know about Kevin Mitchell. Dad, what's going on? Vanessa looked between us, confusion spreading across her face. Your mother has been having an affair with him for the past 8 months. Silence crashed through the room like a physical force. James's arm went protectively around Vanessa's shoulders. Mom? Vanessa's voice was small. Is that true? Monica's face crumpled. Vanessa, I'm so sorry. I never meant for this to happen, and I certainly never meant for you to find out like this. How were you planning for her to find out? I demanded. When she recognized him from your weekend getaways. Stop it, Monica cried. This isn't about the wedding. Except it is, James interjected, his voice tight. Because we invited this man into our wedding. Vanessa stood, shaking. I can't believe this. All those times you couldn't make dress fittings because of committee meetings. Were you with him when I called about my final dress fitting? Vanessa asked, voice breaking. When I was crying because the alterations weren't right, and you said you couldn't come because of an emergency meeting? Monica looked away. Vanessa, please, answer me, Vanessa demanded. Were you with him? Yes, Monica whispered. And Christmas? When you disappeared for 2 hours during dinner with James's parents? You said it was a hospital emergency. Monica's silence was answer enough. You missed my bridal shower for him too, didn't you? Vanessa continued, tears streaming now. The delayed flight from your conference? Sweetheart, please. Monica reached for her hand. I made a terrible mistake, but I love your father. We can work through this. No, I said firmly. We can't. Marcus stepped forward. Trent, think about what you're doing. What I'm doing, I laughed incredulously. I'm not the one who brought this into our lives. But you're the one who's turning it into a scene, Marcus shouted. You could have waited until after the wedding. So Vanessa could look back at her wedding photos and see the man who destroyed her family smiling in the background? Diana countered. Vanessa sank into a chair, tears streaming. I invited him. I actually invited him to my wedding. We'll uninvite him, James said firmly. Right now. It's not just about uninviting him, Vanessa said, looking up at James. It's about everything being a lie. Every time Mom said she was busy, every excuse she made. She turned to Monica. How many other special moments did you miss because of him? How many family dinners? How many times did you look me in the eye and lie? I never meant to hurt you, Monica pleaded. But you did, James said, his voice cold. You hurt everyone in this room, and now you expect us to just smooth it over because the timing is inconvenient? Monica stepped closer to Vanessa. Baby, I'm begging you to forgive me. Your wedding is in 2 days. Don't you dare make this about the wedding timeline, I growled. You've had 8 months to come clean. Monica whirled on me. You want to destroy everything we built? Fine, but don't pretend you're doing this for Vanessa's sake. Mom, Vanessa cried, stop it. Monica grabbed her purse. I need some air. We can discuss this when everyone's calmer. If you walk out that door, I said quietly, don't come back. She hesitated, then left anyway. The morning of the wedding arrived. Monica had been staying with Marcus, calling and texting incessantly with tearful apologies. Kevin had been uninvited, but the damage was done. I found Vanessa in her dressing room, looking beautiful in her wedding gown. Mom's here, she said flatly. She wants to walk me down the aisle with you, like we planned. What do you want? I want my wedding day to not be about her affair. Then it won't be, I promised. Monica and I walked Vanessa down the aisle together, a perfect picture of family unity. During the reception, Monica stood to make an unscheduled speech. I want to thank everyone for coming to celebrate Vanessa and James, she began, voice wavering. Seeing their love reminds me of what marriage should be, honest, faithful, true. I stood up, glass in hand, cutting her off. To my daughter and new son-in-law, may your marriage be built on trust and respect. May you always choose each other, every day, through every temptation. I nodded to the DJ, who handed me a microphone. Vanessa and James actually have an announcement. The newlyweds joined me, taking the microphone. Mom, Dad, guess, Vanessa said steadily. James and I have decided to start our marriage honestly. We're leaving directly from here for our honeymoon, and when we return, we're moving to Seattle for James's new job. Monica gasped. Seattle? But you never mentioned. We decided this morning, James explained. We want a fresh start. Later, Monica cornered me by the gift table. You planned this, she hissed, turning my own daughter against me. I didn't have to do anything, I replied calmly. Your actions did that all by themselves. Trenton, please, her voice softened. 26 years together has to count for something. It counted for something, I corrected, until you decided it didn't. 2 months later, the divorce was finalized. I sold the house and bought a condo closer to my office. Vanessa and James were thriving in Seattle. Diana set a coffee in front of me at our regular cafe. Heard from Marcus that Monica and Kevin broke up. Unsurprising, I replied. Affairs rarely survive exposure to daylight. She's been asking if you'd meet with her, Diana mentioned cautiously, for closure. I shook my head. Some things don't get closure. Some things just end. Are you doing okay? Diana asked, her eyes concerned. Getting there, I answered honestly, one day at a time. As we sat there, I realized something. Endings aren't always about grand gestures. Sometimes the most powerful move is simply choosing yourself. Would you do what I did? Or would you have kept the peace for your daughter's wedding day? Let me know in the comments below.